Welcome to Monday's Sweet and Salty Energy Read. Today we're going to go ahead and see what the universe has in store for us. The good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between regarding love, career, and like I said, everything in between. So let's go ahead and dive on in. We're going to start by just pulling whatever cards come out. As you can tell, the decks will be listed on the screen as I'm using them. Let's see what other messages might come through. That is way too many. Okay, I'll take that. These two instead. Okay. So on Monday, it actually looks like it's going to be a very good day. It's going to start off with, just the overall theme of it being a good, exciting day, happiness, joy, youth, and even warmth and the prospect of new beginnings and such. On the card here, as you can see, there is the young child, and the young child in here basically represents the fool at infancy. So, it is the start of something new coming in about, bringing joy and happiness. So usually whenever I see the Sun card, it actually trumps any other card as far as the negative aspects. All these cards are actually really great cards. I do not read reversals unless I feel for some reason that the universe says I should read reversals. I usually feel for the energy and hope that will align with the message and such. So then the next card that we actually have is the Three of Wands. And with the Three of Wands, that's about actually putting in that decision where the Two of Wands had the choices of which way should you go with the passion and looking out and hoping for, the ships to come in, to then taking plans to go to that action, to actually go and do it, where you see it's even just that one wand and it's going to the two, it's going away. It's about ready to journey, about ready to step in new adventures. Again, going back to that new adventure. And with it then being followed up by the Ten of Pentacles. So again, Ten of Pentacles, the guy here, back is to us, but now all of a sudden he's setting sail to go to that Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is about stability, family life, being an adult with responsibilities, homes, mortgages, generational wealth here, because you have an older lady with the newer couple, and then you have a kid, and then you have the loyal dogs and pets. But it's a happy scene. It's, it's about that stability. And then coming from that, you have this Knight of Wands coming in. The Knight of Wands could be a younger, middle-aged, I'd probably say middle-aged adult man, or early 20s or so, or however it tends to resonate, because sometimes it's just more about the energy. So it could be just, the immature attitude, or not even necessarily immature, but maybe impulsive might be the best word for it. So an impulsive, quick, passionate message coming right towards you, going fast to bring this message to you, this message of passion and devotion. And it can be more viewed as sometimes like that player feel to it. So someone that's good with their words, usually like the aces and such, it has a tendency of like a new beginning. So he's bringing this Ace of Wands to you. So it's like he's going to offer it to you, but he doesn't really have the power yet of the King, who commands that person to bring that message, type of thing. So not fully 100% the King yet, but it's still a step up. And when you move to the next card, you actually have a king. You have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles, he's grounded. He's in his space. he's built his castle. He's built his luxury. Definitely a stable guy. You know, he's really wise and stable and has that firm foundation. You know, his foot has, you see here, his foot has tamed the beast, you know, and I keep seeing all these grapes, and I think of Bacchus. You know, I think of that joy and that celebration, and really thinking about, you know, he's in his life that he has become successful and stable enough to then be able to feel and reap those benefits of it. So a lot of great things. So, you know, maybe this King of Pentacles is coming in with this energy of the Knight of Wands, you know, because the King of Pentacles is an earth element. He's very grounded, whereas, you know, the Knight of Wands is passionate. So maybe he's not totally, you know, passionate all the time, because he's very very stable and grounded, and so his passion might seem to us as being abrupt and uncalculated, but in reality it is. It's just he doesn't know how to present it that way. So a very good beginning here. It could be in either love or in business. Like with business, it's a happy opportunity. It's about making that decision of which way you want to go, and knowing that it will have a passionate beginning that will lead up to this Ten of Pentacles and provide you with that stability that you're looking for. So fantastic. Let's go ahead and pull another row. I'm going to be using the Banksy Tarot. As I mentioned in my last video, is that the Banksy Tarot does not rely upon the symbolism of the basic tarot. So it's a lot about interpreting the actual image on the card intuitively. So I really like this deck just for that reason. And it's more modern, you know, it makes me feel like it's not so ancient. Let's do one more card. There we go. Okay. Well, we will do these two cards. Very interesting. Okay, so with the Banksy Tarot, like I said, it's not traditional. So with what we have here, so it's like the Papa of Stencils, which is equal to the King of Pentacles. Then we have the Three of Brushes, which is the Three of Wands. Then we have the High Priestess, the Judgment, Two of Buckets, which is Two of Cups, and then the Hierophant. So very interesting. Okay, so it's very interesting again that we got the King of Pentacles. So let me just start off by saying that that's very interesting. And then we also have the Three of Brushes, which is again the Three of Wands. So already a lot of repeating, you know, repeating messages. So that's very strong. So with this, though, the Papa of Stencils, it's showing basically a burglar that's stealing a painting, but you can't see the burglar. But what I'm drawn to is this innocent child here, and the I guess a gunshot or just the broken heart aspect. Actually, I think that's more of a rose on it, on its chest, but still it's supposed to be like, you know, your heart's bleeding, you know. Here's someone stealing something that's supposed to be invaluable, and it's breaking this poor child's innocent heart. So very different reading than what this King of Pentacles, because this King of Pentacles felt more of the stability and the groundedness, and this is more of like that shady, you know, kind of like stealing innocence, or stepping away from, you're no longer innocent to what is being presented. It's very interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm grabbing from that. And then you have the Three of Brushes here, and for the Three of Brushes, This one here has an individual, and they're pulling back this layer of, I guess, of cement, making it look like it's something easy to pull, you know, like it's a sheet or something. And then underneath of it has all this bright, colorful designs and such. And to me, it's like this person is taking something that is supposedly rigid and structured um, and unmovable, and then deciding that, hey, this isn't right. I need to peel it back and show the beauty and show the passion that's underneath of it. And I need to be able to share it with the world. You know, they are in black and white, as well as the wall there, which is the gray muted color. And so maybe it's like needing to shed that light. Maybe it's about, you know, setting your path to where you want to go in order to bring out this passion and to bring out this design and this creativity and this love that you want to share with the world. Also, I'm getting a bit of like nonconformity. You know, graffiti is nonconformity. So you have, in the art world, you have murals, which is usually done through legal processing, through legal means of contacting owners and such and saying, hey, can I do a mural? Or the owner of the business or the place says, hey, I would like to have a mural commissioned here. And graffiti is the opposite. Graffiti is usually an artist, street artist, that that takes it upon themselves to beautify the area, either through graffiti writing or through artwork, usually without the permission of the owners. And then, you know, some countries have a lot of different legal ramifications, and some really embrace the culture of street art, which is fantastic. And then other places, you have 24 hours to remove it if you're the business owner and you catch it, or else you'll become fined. You'll get, you know, huge, massive fine. And so, very interesting with that. The next one we have is the High Priestess. With the High Priestess, she's actually come up in the last two readings that we had for the weekend and then for Friday. And, you know, it's Princess Leia, and she has a spray can in her hand, and it says, fuck this imperial bullshit. So, you know, with the High Priestess, she's all about that intuition, and she's about, you know, really looking within and, you know, questioning the social norms and questioning, you know, these parameters that we as a society or we as an individual has set. So I keep getting, you know, questioning our self-limiting beliefs, questioning, you know, that authority that says that you can only do one thing or one way in a certain time. So in like a business sense, maybe you're thinking about striking out and doing something on your own. And maybe, you know, this is about not listening to someone else's opinion on whether it's a good idea or not, and really embracing and feeling within of whether or not you think it's a good idea. Or maybe it's about, you know, a new relationship that's coming in, or a current relationship, and you're like, you know, I really am looking for this. You know, I'm looking for the happiness, the stability, the family life, someone that's passionate, but that can offer me stability. Stability is not brought on by other people, or it's only through yourself, but the illusion of stability, you know, being able to have a strong, powerful person in your life, or someone that makes you feel like you can go through anything. And then you're coming to find out that, you know, this individual is really, you know, really stealing the innocence of the situation. You know, you're going in on Monday with open eyes, and that you're not going to have those rose-colored glasses on anymore. That you're really going to step in and see the flaws and the faults, and see the good though, and see also, you know, seeing if they are revealing, you know, the beauty from underneath that hard exterior. And then, so she's like, that very, you know, listening to yourself. What does your emotions say? What are you feeling when you think about this situation and everything? The High Priestess to me is always about that magical element of yourself and your self-worth and your self-love, and saying, you know what, I don't need anybody to be, you know, the priestess. I am the priestess. You know, I am the highest that I can possibly get, and I'm going to go ahead and take charge, and this is just who I am. And you know, if you don't like that, tough. And then after that, you have Judgment, and this is a rat on it, and it says, "You lie." So Judgment, you know, I love this card. You know, it's a rat that says you lied. So maybe she's coming in saying, I'm done. I've been listening to my intuition. I've seen all those red flags. You know what? I don't trust your ass anymore. You know, because you're a rat. You know, this is what I want, and you're producing a ton of lies. Or you're being shady. You know, and Judgment, to me, it's about those karmic lessons and about karma coming back to bite you in the ass. Not necessarily for the individual, but for the person that you're dealing with. Like, there's something, they're in the traditional Judgment, you have the woman sitting there with the pillars behind her of duality, of the good and bad, and then she has the sword of truth in one hand, you know, cutting through the bullshit, and on the other hand, the scales of good and bad, you know, good and evil. So in the end, karma will bite you in your ass, you know, and maybe this is just about using good judgment. You know, if you're smelling something that this guy or girl, you know, is pulling some shit, or if this is a job and you're like, you know what, something's just not gelling right with me. I don't know why, but it doesn't feel good. It feels shady, you know. And then, you know, you really want something to reveal this beauty and this truth, and you find that by looking within, you know, looking at it through your heart, and not necessarily all the thoughts that come to your head, because, you know, we get 1,000 thoughts through our head, and a lot of that is our ego talking, and you really need to listen to your higher self and take some time to meditate and to really think about what the situation's going. And if it is with a career that maybe, you know, maybe you're getting a contract coming in and you're like, something's just not sitting right. So take that time to really read over it, because you might wind up, you know, having some issues later. So really, really take care of yourself on that, okay? And then the last card we have is the Two of Buckets, or the Two of Cups, and then you have the Hierophant. So we'll look at the Two of Buckets first, and the Two of Buckets is two individuals. They're kissing, but they're not paying attention because they're on their cell phones. And then the Hierophant is half Marilyn Monroe on the bottom and half the Pope on top. So with this, I think it's really interesting because the Hierophant actually came in reverse. And so with the Hierophant in reverse, I'm getting, you know, it's non-traditional. It's, you know, fighting against, you know, organized belief systems, and, you know, really going off on your own to do what you want to do. And that could be in regards to something that you love. The Two of Cups, you know. In love, it doesn't have to be within a relationship, but I mean, this relationship here, I mean, if you're in a relationship like that and you're trying to be passionate with somebody and they're not even paying attention, is this reciprocal? No. It's two people just really, not even kissing. They're not even kissing. They're trying to be intimate. They're trying to be close to each other, but they are so distant and so apart from each other. So maybe re-examining your connections. You know, the Two of Buckets. And the Two of Hearts is usually a really good card. You know, it's about soulmates, true love, and completing each other, having you know, your opposite in a relationship. You know, the dualities, you know, mirroring each other and such, and being in an intimate relationship, or not even an intimate relationship. I mean, you can have soulmates that are friends, you know, and soul tribes and that sort, or the job can be, you know, fulfilling and passionate, and that's where, you know, the Two of Buckets can come from. But it's more of like, I think it's, yeah, more of the way that this is reading. It's more of like you need to find a non-traditional path to having this partnership, or there's something that is not conforming to the social norms. So take a look at this partnership and really examine it before moving on, because if, like, it gets really sticky when you're like, you see these two cards here, because the king, like I said, the King of Stencils is normally the King of Pentacles, and it's about that stability. But then it's like, bam, it's not on this card. It's not. And, you know, like I said, reading it intuitively, it's like, this is what you want. But for some reason, you're ending up here. And that's what I just keep getting, like, this is what you want, and this is what's happening. Okay, let's do another row and see if we can get some clarifiers. That's been coming out in all of my readings. All right, just one more card. Okay. Okay, so we have the Tower card, Seven of Wands, Hermit, Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Chalices. So we all know what the Tower card is. If you're new to tarot, this is one that, like, everyone tends to dread, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's the universe saying, hey, you're not on your right path, and you're not moving where you need to move, you know, spiritually, physically, whatever. And we're going to realign you to where you need to be. And so the Tower card is about something dramatic or big happening in your life that is going to change your normal routine. So it could be a job offer coming in if you're thinking positive. It could be the loss of a job if you're wanting this, but you're going through this at your work. It'd be like, bam, you know what? F this, I'm quitting my job. Like, you know, I want to go and venture out on my own and bring in some love and happiness and passion to the world. And you know what? My intuition's saying that this is the right time for me to do this. Now, I'm not saying that you should go quit your job during the coronavirus. But maybe it's about starting the process of finding a new job, or starting your own business, or, you know, being an independent person, you know, doing your own thing, like a consultant or such. Or it could be, you know, let's say you've been trying to manifest a new vehicle for a while, and you know what, you've been manifesting it, but have you been saving money? Probably not, maybe so. And let's say, oh, I had this happen. Let's say you have your car parked in the street, and some a-hole at 3 a.m. decides, you know, I've been drinking a little too much and celebrating and whatnot, and I'm going to plow through your car and push your vehicle up over the curb and onto the sidewalk, and it's going to cause, you know, you to have your car totaled and have their insurance pay for a new one. Had that happen. It's a very interesting situation. I never have ever had been in an accident, and you know, luckily it was at 3 a.m, and luckily the person was okay. But it was, you know, the universe stepping in and saying, hey, you keep saying you want a new vehicle. And I'm going to go ahead and fix that for you. So just as an example, um, there are two people here, and they're leaping out, not to be set on fire with this tower. And with that, they're said that they're supposed to be leaping, as in like they're leaping into the Fool card, into that new beginning. So it's interesting is that we have the reference to the Fool in the Tower card, and yet we also have the reference to the Fool up here in the Sun card, of starting that beginning and that innocence. And then we also have the innocence of this child here. So maybe this is like a theft of the innocence of the Fool, like stealing your, I want to say like stealing your thunder, stealing your sunshine. Like maybe you have an idea of a project and someone is stealing your ideas. All right, not for everybody. It comes to me and I say it. So, then we have the Seven of Wands, and Seven of Wands is about standing on high grounds and fighting passionately. It's about being on your own though, and standing by what you believe. Standing by passionately about what you believe. Now these really aren't, they're not hitting him, they're just like poking up, right? So in my thought with it is that if you are passionate about it, stand your ground, on your belief, even if it's traditional or non-traditional. If you want to go out and fight for a relationship, fight for your own self-love, your own self-worth, stand your ground. Yeah, especially if you're having to deal with someone that is shady here, a shady individual who's lying. Stand your ground. Maybe that's what the tower moment is. Maybe you're confronting this person. You're saying, you know what, enough shit. I'm not going to deal with this. Yeah, definitely stand your ground. Stand your ground against this relationship that's non-traditional. Maybe you wanted something traditional, and this person's like, you know what, they have commitment issues, or maybe it's because of COVID, it's been kind of a long distance, and you never really see this person except for like on Zoom, or through FaceTime, or through text messaging. And maybe you're just like, dude, I have this funny feeling that like I'm not the only person that this person's seeing. So maybe it's about more standing your ground and confronting and saying, hey, what the hell, I am worth a lot more. I am worth, I'm a priestess, and you even have a queen here, and so you are definitely worth it. And the next card we have is the Hermit. And so the Hermit is all about that introspection and looking within, and seeking that wisdom, just kind of like the High Priestess, in the aspect of the introspection, but really taking the time, meditate, breathe deeply, try to remove yourself from the situation emotionally, to really see the situation objectively, and I know I'm talking about trust your emotions, your emotions and such, but this is about trusting those emotions to see what needs to be examined. What is triggering you? Where do you need to focus more of your energies, and where do you need to really see what lies? Because a lot of us do have triggers that are a reflection from us of how we treat our partner or how we treat individuals. And you got to figure out why. Like, why am I so triggered by this person? Is it because of something that happened to me as a child that I don't remember? Maybe it's seeing my parents fight as a kid, or maybe my my dad cheated on my mom, and that's what made them divorce. but maybe you're too young to actually know that and to recognize that. And then all of your relationships are kind of set to doom because of that, without, you know, recognizing it and, um, you know, knowing that you're not your parents. But, you know, people also think we're talking about karma here earlier, and people think that our karma is just our karma, and it's not. It's our parents' karma, it's our grandparents' karma, it's our ancestral karma, and it's our past life karma, if you believe in past lives. But it's everyone that we are associated with through our lineage. So sometimes things do repeat, and sometimes they don't. You know, because of the matter of whether or not in our lifetime, if we are actually working past those karmic issues. And the great thing is, I believe the rest of the year is supposed to be about bringing the karmic ties to an end, and you know, having positive karma coming in. I could be wrong. I'm not an astrologer by any means. And then the next one we have is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is a no bullshit woman. Okay. She tells you how it is. She is right to the point. She doesn't fluff around the situation. You know, she is definitely more stoic and more cool than emotional. So she really, she can be kind of seen as being aloof, or being perceived as being a bitch, really. But it's not a matter of that. It's more of like she doesn't want to waste your time or her time, and she has a low tolerance for that emotional aspect to it. So it's like here, it's like you find out that this stuff isn't really what it should be. And so you're looking within and realizing that there's that shady shit going on. And you know that karma's going to come back at you, and maybe you should go and face this situation and stand your ground, but take some time to look in it and really cut out that emotional tie. And as the feminine energy, we do get emotionally tied quickly, and we do have that hope for positive love, passion, at a different level or a different way than the masculine energy would be, because you know the feminine energy is definitely the nurturer. So, but in the regards to the Queen of Swords, she, you know, kind of reserves that emotional aspect when she's presenting out to the world. So yeah, she definitely has the emotion aspect to it. Don't get me wrong, but she's like, okay, I have to be strong, and I have to cut all this shit out, and I have to have clear and concise thoughts, and I need to present myself as having control and really regulating those feelings. So really take that time to look within, and then cut the shit, and really think about how you're going to logically move to your next step. And then the next step here that we have is this Knight of Cups, right? And so the Knight of Cups is the slowest. Is he the slowest? No. But he's pretty darn slow. This horse is moving pretty slow, 1 foot at a time, and you know, but he's bringing in this small token of that Ace of Cups. So he's bringing in that passion, that emotional, excuse me, that love, the cup of love, you know. And so it's about trying to think, not think about the symbolism, but what am I being pulled with? That maybe somebody else will be offering you a small cup of love once you realize this here, and you kind of get stuff sorted in your head, and you're like, you know what, I think I'm cutting this out. And then that's when something comes in. That's when you find a different perspective. That's when you find a different situation. That's when someone else presents themselves to you. And, you know, it might have taken forever. Maybe this person's really shy. It's not very flashy. Um, and so, um, so maybe they're coming for you that way. But this tower has to hit. All right, let's see some words of wisdom that the universe can share with us. Some words of wisdom. I seem to like pull like the same 6 cards out of this deck. Okay, I'm gonna pull a couple more here. That one. That one. Okay. Okay, so the first card here, I'm not going to flip those over just yet. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. I am. Okay. Yep. Totally. This is where you want to go. You want to be happy. You want to start bringing yourself to where you need to go, getting yourself ready to have what you want. You know, to have a stable home, to have a family, a house, you know, kids if you want, fur babies, you know, or even you want to be this person, this older person, and be able to create generational wealth. And then you're dealing with this shady person here that you really need to look in before this tower moment. And well, the tower moment is going to happen. But maybe you're the one that triggers this tower moment by saying, fuck the bullshit, excuse me. I'm standing my ground because I've looked within and I really want something better. And, you know, you deserve better. And so, you know, that's when, you know, you open yourself up, you know, when you realize that, you know what, this is your spirit. You know, your spirit's been here has been around for quite a while, you know, in the energy fields and such. But the idea is to be able to raise yourself up into a higher level. And most of us, or a lot of people, I shouldn't say most of us, but a lot of people are still down in the 3rd dimension and in the lower vibrations of hate, anger, you know, rage and negative talk, negative self-talk, and you know, envy and jealousy and I just totally went blank there. But and the ego, like, you know, the ego is good, but not when it gets obsessive. So to remember that in order to get to that higher elevation, you need to have gratitude, you need to have love. And the whole purpose for us is to reach love, because love is what connects us all. I mean, energy connects us all, but love is what brings you to that higher level. Because when you love everything around you, it vibrates, it stems off, new opportunities come to you easier, you feel happiness and flow, and manifestation happens quicker because you're in alignment with your true self and you're in alignment with spirit. So definitely a great card. That's a new one I haven't seen yet. Another new one I haven't seen yet. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. Absolutely. Make sure that you're aligning yourself with the High Priestess and the Hermit. You know, take time on Monday, if you're watching this on Sunday, take time to meditate. You know, I have been watching this comedian and motivational speaker, Kyle Cease, and he mentions that you should meditate at least an hour a day, because once you hit 45 minutes, from 45 minutes to an hour, that's when stuff starts to trigger and your mind starts to become more open and receptacle to new positive ideas. And that love comes to you and you're able to manifest easier. You know, 15 minutes is great for relaxation. It's great to get your mind sorted, but especially if you are an air sign, we got a lot of thoughts going through our heads, and I'm an air sign myself, and because we are meant, intellect and such, and so we have a lot of thoughts going through, and it's really hard for us to get those thoughts to just stop and to breathe on them and to recognize them. But the thing is that you have to embrace your thoughts and say thank you, or I love that, and what Kyle says, I love that, and you let it go, and then the next thought comes, I love that, and you let it go. You know what? It could be the negative thoughts that you have in your head. As soon as they come up, like, why am I sitting here doing this? Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. And I love that. And you just let it go. Or you just say, thank you. And you let it go. So trying to get yourself closer to consciousness. And consciousness is love. Okay? And the next card is, there is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Absolutely. When you say, hey, I'm worthy, I'm enough, and you're standing your ground, after you've meditated and you looked within and you realized your problems and you've worked through your problems and you've released that knowledge upon the world and you're shining bright because you're the high priestess, nothing can hold you back. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't make a difference. Nothing can hold you back if you are your authentic truth. All right, so one last thing before we close up. I wanted to pull what is this? The Enchanted Map, just to kind of guide us through the week, because Monday is the beginning of a work week here in the United States. And I just want to get one card to see where all of this is heading, because Tuesday might be a totally different hot mess or a good mess. As we say here, the sweet and salty, and energy changes. It's not, it's fluid, so one moment it's here, the next moment it's gone. So this is really cute card. Card has a raccoon and a fox, and the raccoon's a little nervous, and the fox has an ice pack on its head, or I don't even know what those packs are called nowadays. But it says heal the ouch. And so I'm not gonna read what this card means, but intuitively, with everybody, what you can see here, heal that ouch. Be able, though you're speaking your truth, first of all, recognize in every situation, everybody plays part into that relationship. So where, they might have been a shady asshole or such, but you also kind of allowed that. You welcomed that into your life because you weren't at that higher vibration to welcome in something more genuine, to welcome in, this king, because you just wanted this, this player here. You just wanted a Knight of Wands. In reality, you want this king, and so with it is to realize that, you do put play into the situation and heal those past issues, heal those past traumas, heal that karma that that your DNA is ingrained with, your spirit is ingrained with. Once you understand and heal that, it will open up your world to greater relationships, and also realize that it's not you that did this fully. You weren't the reason why this happened. You didn't tell this guy to go cheat on you, or a woman to go cheat on you. You didn't tell them to be shady and such. That was their doing. But you attracting that vibration, that negative, low vibration to you, is what I'm referring to. So I'm notorious for it, as I mentioned. I have a trauma from my childhood as well, like all of us do. And so I'm recognizing now, as soon as I see this guy coming, nope, let me cut to the chase, because I'm standing my ground. Don't come talking to me unless you're, not being that player, so stand into that authentic self and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself too. So forgive this person. I'm not saying go back to this person. That's you and your choice. I do believe that people can change. obviously, because we are not the same people that we were when we were a teenager or when we were 20, or, you know, even last year. We're constantly evolving as people. So I do believe that people can change. Um, and also, sometimes it's a matter of bringing this up to somebody and allowing them to heal the ouch. And because sometimes, like me personally, if I'm doing something that somebody, that upsets somebody, I'm not going to know if I'm doing something wrong unless someone tells me, right? Because I'm thinking that I'm doing everything great because, I'm an Aquarius, and and we tend to think that way. And so, recognizing though that that I might cause some of the issues. But if someone doesn't point that out to me, then how am I going to be able to change not who I am, but my response to the situation, or um, or even just what I'm doing, and it just needs to be brought to the surface. So um, make sure that it is that you do heal yourself. I keep seeing these cups here. Um, I thought it was 6 of Cups in it, but it looks like there's 7 of Cups. Yeah. Um, yeah. So take some time, heal yourself, please. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today in this wonderful Monday reading. And I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks. Have a great day.